Good evening, good to see y'all. And all of you, and I applaud you very much for doing your research that you just stated because you were spot on. Thank you very much, Commissioners, for all of your hard work throughout the county doing good things for Cleburne. Okay, I really do appreciate that. I not only grew up here, but I choose to raise my 3 children here, Kaylee, Caitlin, and Taylor, who are going into kindergarten, 9th, and 10th grades this year. Kaylee's actually here with me. She just got out of the cheer camp at the high school, giving that as a varsity cheerleader. I come from a multi-generational Cleburne County family, and we've done a lot to help the county throughout the years. Most of you don't know me, so I want to share a little bit about my background so that you know where I'm coming from as a citizen from the real world, okay, and to demonstrate my expertise and what qualifies me to speak about what's brought me here. So my very first job was when I was 12, and my dad hired me at Taylor Corporation as a cleaner, because that's what I was qualified to do, and that was it. But I very quickly learned to work my way up, and I earned every promotion after that. So I have over 14 years experience working in construction and engineering. I also have 8 years experience in the industrial C&D landfill industry. And over 5 years experience being self-employed in the tree surgeon industry, where I used to diagnose and treat trees for diseases, insect issues, vitamin and mineral deficiencies. In 2003, I acquired my pesticide license with the state of Alabama. So I use restricted use pesticides. I also have a bachelor's degree in biology with a minor in special studies in biology and a master's degree in biology, and various professional memberships as well. During the last 2 years, I have worked very hard in this county doing scientific research, and I just completed the vascular flora of Cleburne County, Alabama. And you may have seen that in the newspaper at some point in the last 2 years. I have walked or driven over 5,000 miles in this entire county in every one of your districts. I have documented every plant I could find. In the end, I documented a total of 1,306 different plants spanning 4 divisions, 52 orders, 168 families, and 595 genera. 270 new species are new for this county that I documented. 4 are new to the state of Alabama. Okay? So 60 of those I documented are rare, imperiled, or critically imperiled in either Alabama or both in the state as well as globally. We have one plant that's endemic, and that means it's found nowhere else on the planet except for right here in Alabama. And it's only found in 3 counties. And it was just described this past year. Some of the plants I documented were very big records. We have 2 physiographic regions here in the county. Some of them were new to either physiographic region or one or the other for the whole physiographic region, or just those within the state. One of the plants I documented hadn't been found in 140 years in the Piedmont region of Alabama. Not the county, but Alabama. Okay. So I spent a lot of time researching this county, everything about this county. So I brought us from ranked 30th in the state for plant biodiversity to now we're in the top 15. That's a big deal. And we can use that in our marketing as far as ecotourism, because that's the #1 hobby in America. And half the plants that I found in the county were on right-of-ways. So spraying our right-of-ways, that's going to affect us economically in 2 different ways, and I want you to hear this, okay? You're literally killing what thousands of people come to our county to see every year. In 2020, the Alabama Department of Tourism reported our travel-related earnings for Cleburne County, both direct and indirect, was over $5.3 million for this county. And travel-related expenditures were just over $13 million. Ecotourism has become a huge deal throughout this country, especially in the times that we live in. And look at what's happening economically. People cannot afford to travel even if they want to. So they look to places like us. And we all know if you visit somewhere and you love it, you're going to go back, right? The second reason is spraying herbicides does not work to eradicate or even control the non-native plants that you think and want to control, that we want to control, okay? Those are the problematic ones like Johnson grass, kudzu, Chinese privet, orange daylily, mimosa, and so on, okay? I don't care what the label says, because if all labels were truthful, women would only have one face cream, okay? Everything on the right-of-ways when you spray is dead except for Johnson grass, orange daylilies, privet, mimosa, all of those. Spraying herbicides only kills our native plants, they give you plenty of room for the non-native stuff. And then you miss the mowing season, and they've already sprayed it, or you're dragging them with your tractors. Okay? Our native plants actually compete with the stuff that you want to get rid of. But without those, Johnson grass is spreading like wildfire. If you want to see the implications of spraying and mowing at the wrong times, go to the 431 exit when it's grown up a little bit more and check that out. That's what happens year after year after year. It's a huge problem right there. A lot of the state has problems with Johnson grass. Cleburne County is not one of them. Do we have it? We absolutely do. My husband was the first one to document it. I was the second. But that we're going to cause a problem we don't have right now. Is it going to become an issue? Of course it will eventually, but there are things that we can do to help. Because right now, all we're doing makes about as much sense as giving a beautification award to someone's yard when they round up the driveway. People are not going to come to this county to look at dead roads. Okay? They're just not. And I'm not saying go mow, don't spray. You need an effective right-of-way management plan, and that does include herbicides. But myself and Adam Gassinger, who I think you all pretty well know, okay, we are offering to volunteer our time to sit with you, to sit with your engineer, and whoever else you want to develop the right plan that is tailored for our county, because we're not trying to sell you something, okay? We want to help our county. That's all we care about. It's not about being perfect, it's about doing better. And one of the plants that was just cut was an S1 G3 species. It's only known out of the whole world, it's only found in the eastern U.S. in 4 states. That doesn't mean it's in every county in all 4 states. It's only found in 1 county in South Carolina, 17 in Kentucky, 18 in Tennessee, and 11 in Alabama, and thanks to my work, now 12. But now it's gone because it was mowed. There are only 4 plants. Hopefully it'll come back. Mowing it at the right time would actually help it. So don't get me wrong, okay? There's a right way to do things, and mowing, just to give you an oversimplified version, I know I'm 0 times, so sorry, I'm trying. We can mow more in fall and winter. That saves on maintenance on your mowers. Everything is mostly dead. Vegetation has gone, even on the woody stuff, okay? So that's helpful. Now, you can't do that with everything, and I understand that. There's going to be exceptions to that rule, whether it's visibility issues or kudzu growing over the roadside, that kind of thing. But what I want you to do is not spray the whole county. Use the pesticides or the herbicides to spot treat with a drench. Drenching does not cause drift like spraying. It's a lot safer. You're going to use less product, so it doesn't cost as much. Okay? But it's just all about doing the right thing at the right time. And when you drench, you also have to spot till. Or guess what? You just spray it or drench it, that Johnson grass or whatever you're trying to kill will come right back. So please let us help you help us. Okay? No, but I can write my number on a piece of paper for you guys. No. The only thing that I did want to say really quick was, all I ask is if you do continue to spray, I want you to please add an ag dye for the last round of spraying so we can see what's been sprayed. Let every county residents know within 48 hours exactly when and where, so that then we can get our kids up. It's summertime, we have babies and children, and there is evidence. Kids so cut up to their skin. And what do our kids do? They're running up and down the roads, playing in the grass, so we want to be safe and smart. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Brian.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Mr.
You let the cat out of the bag. You mentioned the CFD landfill.
Yes, sir.
Could you tell us anything about the environmental factors or
Yes, sir. Everything that Dr. Christie Hyde made points on is absolutely correct. Personally, it's a conflict of interest for me to talk too much about it, because I could sit here and tell you a lot of things, but I know. But as a private citizen with the knowledge and background I do have, it's not fixed, okay? It's not. It never will be, completely. I mean, your levels might get to a normal amount that will suffice, which is a real good goal, okay? But adding to that is like building a dam and then adding a lot more water to that and expecting the area to hold. It doesn't work that way. And the umbrella or cover that y'all have now, well, those have to be replaced, fixed. Is it even lined? I don't even know the answer to that. If it's not, I will not ever sign off on an unlined landfill, ever. And you are right with your cost, because this county can't afford that landfill because of the employees, because you're not, when they pass that training, they're not sitting there in a little class in a seminar waiting on a certificate they hand at the door. They have to be really trained to watch for, and you have to have somebody who's going to be willing and able to learn that material, because they're learning to run a landfill. Not everybody can do that.
Mr. Peters, I have a question for you.
Yeah, I got a question.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. How about ranking what we're spraying on the sides of the road as compared to what the forestry is spraying, what the timber companies are spraying, what the farmers are spraying,
Well,
what the DOT is spraying? I mean,
Saying what's the difference between it?
You're saying that it's dangerous. Rank it where it is in the rest of the herbicide that's being sprayed over the county.
Never said it was dangerous. It's dangerous to us economically. But there are studies that do show that all of them are dangerous. That I can show you. I can bring you new ones every day. But my thing is, there is no difference, and they will all tell you that it doesn't work. If you talk to the ones applying, not the ones signing off on their quote savings, which are not savings, they laugh about that behind closed doors. So it doesn't matter what you use, and I don't care if what they use is not a restricted use pesticide. The way that they use it is restricted. It's different than when we spray our hay fields to prepare for our hay, or anything else for that matter, or I spray my driveway. That's different. And a lot of those are a lot less lethal to our environment as a whole. And and I'm talking plants and animals. We do not want to kill our plants because that is our livelihood, and that provides at least 202 jobs.
But you're talking about hayfield there? Is that what you're talking about? Okay.
Here's my question. The timber companies and the farmers spray way more acreage than we do. The timber companies spray out of a helicopter.
And that's their own property. I don't have a problem with them doing what their own thing on their own property, but this is our property, right? Around where our kids are. I spray my own driveway, but I don't have a problem with what I do on my yard. I don't have a problem with my dad preparing his hayfield. I don't have a problem with Ted Campbell making a living, or Josh Laminack. But the products that you do spray can take out their crops if you get the right amount of drift. Even up to 5% wouldn't hurt any of our farmers in the ag industry. They may not realize that, but tell them to read the STS sheet, not the label. It's serious. And the beekeepers around here, they also need to be made aware. They need no spray signs up where they'll lose hives. We need our bees. So do our farmers, for that matter. We all do.
Any other questions?
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.